Welcome to Eligible Monster. Today you got Benny, Natalie, and Dan, and our co-host Shiva. And Pokemon announced some stuff. So let's talk about that. You're the Pokemon fanatic, so you go first.
Yes, so I will explain. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I'm not allowed to see what's actually going on. She's changing the panel.
You are a horrible co-host.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about what they released about Pokemon Sword and Shield in the Nintendo Direct just yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday morning because I woke up and it was already going, so I just jumped in the middle of it.
So I'll do just a quick brief over all the things that they mentioned, and then we will discuss them. So release date confirmed as November 15th.
Oh, we're going to get so many views in this video. Pokemon and a cat.
We got revealed the 2 new legendaries, new characters and story details. The new couple of the new Gen 8 Pokemon were released. We got some information about the new Dynamax system, which seems to be very similar to Mega Evolutions, as well as the raid battles.
They even said they're going to use Mega Evolution abilities.
Oh, good. No. And raid battles, essentially they're bringing Pokemon Go raids to... we've got the smartphone Pokédex. I actually don't remember that being on there. I must have missed it.
They announced that a few days prior.
Gotcha.
Same thing with the sleep app?
Yes, I saw I saw the sleep app. I will get that, and maybe I can start sleeping properly from now on. And then just the random encounters, and then we might go a little into some leaks that were put out that are supposedly confirmed. Not fully confirmed, so we might skip those. We'll see what we're thinking when we get there. So let's start off with the new legendaries, because I know Natalie wants to talk about them.
Yeah, now how do you feel about the 2 legendaries? They look amazing. I can't even say their names, can I? What are they?
They are Zamazenta, which is the shield-like one, and Zacian.
Zacian? I thought it was Zacian.
And the other one, which is... Who's the other legendary?
Yeah, that new Poké-Souls looks good, man. I like it.
Good old Poké-Souls.
Sif, yeah.
Mic drop. She's done.
I'm done. That's it. That is
episode.
all I wanted to come here for. Mic drop. I mean, I understand though, right? It's Sword and Shield, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's still very similar. Man.
It's one of those ones that it's difficult because they already have so many Pokemon that either use a sword or shield or are a sword and shield.
Or keys.
Keys or an ice cream cone or a pile of trash.
It's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought they looked pretty cool. I thought they did a good job of making them look like legendaries. But at the same I liked
it better when one was one thing and another was... They're the same thing.
Yeah.
With a shield face and a sword in his teeth. And is this like the other Pokemon where they're like, the item they pick up is a part of the Pokemon?
Right. It definitely looks interesting. I mean, they look pretty epic, but yeah, it would have been kind of cool if it was like the wolf with the sword and then the other one was a bear with a shield.
Yeah.
I don't know why a bear, but they
not?
feel like a more tanky. Oh, okay. Do you want to check the rest? Okay. No.
So Natalie, what did you... Okay, based upon what you've seen in the Pokemon Direct, what do you think?
Listen, man, I've been very uninterested ever since Soul and Silver. Oh, yeah, I mean, we can just skip to the end. That's fine. You just don't want to be here. All right. I've been really uninterested ever since Gold and Silver dropped.
I'm naming this video, we go over Pokemon while distracted by a cat.
Shiva, come here. Okay, here we go.
And she's gone.
No, she's turning off the
And
recorder.
somehow I got to Destiny 2 because of her.
She's like, all right, moving on. Come on.
On the next one already.
Gold and Silver, I feel like, was a good stopping point, and then it just went crazy. I understand that at some point you're just going to run out of ideas and you're not going to have any more ideas to make.
But you did play Let's Go and like
that's because it was
good.
because it was nostalgia and it was the first
it was more of a remake, yeah.
Yes, it was the first generation. That's why.
I don't know. You
I
still
feel
liked
like
it.
I feel like yes, because it was the first generation. That's what I just said.
I know.
The first generation and Johto were my favorite, honestly. I mean, it has nothing to do with the show as well. I just feel like they were very solid. The Pokemon were very solid.
Right.
And then after that, it just went to shit, man.
See,
it did.
I fully agree because, I mean, they showed some of the Gen 8 Pokemon, which, I mean, they look better because of the fact that they are not a pile of trash or an ice cream cone.
I liked what they showed, like Anxiety Sheep.
Exactly.
He's anxious until he finds something stable.
I mean, it's not as heartbreaking as a Spoink, right? The one that when he
Yes.
stops bouncing, he dies.
Or, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the
So,
name. The
when-
balloon that just flies off with children.
Yeah. So when
What?
Spoink came out in Pokemon Go, you weren't trying to catch them all so you can hold them down?
That's awful.
Wow.
But the thing that I actually do like, because you brought up the nostalgia thing, is I feel like it's actually going to hit the nostalgia a little bit, because they tested it out with Pokemon Let's Go, but the more traditional Pokemon game in this graphics and adventure style. Like, I mean,
Yes.
Benny and I were discussing it. It looked very much like Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
Like the map itself even looked like it, and like the
It
movement.
looks like it's open world, but to the extent of like open world in this canyon.
yes,
Open world in this forest.
the limited world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad concept. I
I mean, Breath
I'm
of the
gonna
Wild
have
did a
to
kind of
wait.
similar thing. If
Yeah.
you removed the ability to climb over everything, you had pretty much the same concept.
Yeah.
Then you had the ability to climb over everything, and then I spend an hour trying to climb straight up a rock, eating so many food.
And then you get to the top and it starts raining and you're like, no.
As long as there's no tutorials that last for 8 hours, which is what lost me last game.
Yeah, no, you're right. Sun and Moon, I had so many problems getting over that.
I mean, that game was like hand holding 101. Like it's
Yeah.
just it was insane.
Yeah, he actually brought that up when they did the gym battles. I was like, it's just like every game. And they're like, no, what about Sun and Moon? I'm like, I don't count those as Pokemon.
Exactly it, yeah. I feel like honestly that's what turned me off of Pokemon entirely. Just that last
It
one.
did.
I was really worried because I was like, what is the next one going to look like? It's really going in the wrong direction right now.
Yeah, ignore her.
What's she doing back there?
She's
So
walking on the lights. I think they fascinate her.
yes, I mean it's light, you know.
Yeah.
It's just I'm really hoping this one redeems the whole last Pokemon game anyway for me.
This one definitely feels like they took note of Pokemon Sun and Moon as well, because you could tell Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was essentially them going, no, it's a good game, but let's get rid of the tutorial that everyone's
Yeah.
complaining about
Yeah.
that got turned
I
off.
didn't mind Ultra Moon when I touched it when I played that one.
It wasn't as bad, but it still did not feel truly like Pokemon.
No.
Pokemon Let's Go truly felt like
Yes.
Pokemon.
Which is
and
weird
it's-
because the battle system would have made you'd have thought you would have like this doesn't feel like Pokemon.
Right.
It actually was really nice. I
Yeah,
liked
they
it.
did a good job
Yeah.
of keeping it equal of enough battles, but also enough of the Let's Go or Pokemon Go style catching.
Right.
Right.
But this one definitely feels truly like an upgraded version of what you would expect the evolution of Pokemon to be.
Yeah, it does, and that's what we kind of wanted. I wanted more open world.
Yeah.
Still, it looks like we're gonna get the bare bones knowledge of Pokemon. Oh, you have to go to town. You have to fight a gym leader.
Right.
Here's the region's best guy. Here's the Team Rocket of this one. You know,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for more of a Breath of the Wild approach, where it's like, welcome to the world of Pokemon. Enjoy.
Right.
And that's what I was kind of hoping for, so we could just freely go do whatever we want.
Isn't that what they were promoting it as? Like finally an open world Pokemon?
No.
So actually, when you brought that up, a good comparison that I thought of was think it was Final Fantasy 13. 13 was Lightning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How it was, and I'm sure they did this in a lot of the other ones, but that was the one I played, where like the first half is entirely guided, and then you get into the huge open world.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like from kind of the way that I saw this, it feels like everything is going to have that guided aspect until you get to the wild area. And then
Right,
that's
they did-
going to be like open world, which I would be very okay with because I feel like that would allow you to truly experience the wild of Pokemon. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it is a kid's game. Like you need some direction, you need some help going through, and like having the towns and stuff like that being more guided could definitely feel that Pokemon, but also
I
open
wish that
world.
they would take a little, give you two options: guided gameplay,
That-
open
yeah,
gameplay.
that would
So
be
just
a
go wherever I
solution.
can and figure it
Yeah.
out.
Are you
know?
a newcomer or a returning
Yeah,
player?
I wish they would do
basically.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Dynamaxing? So it looks like Mega Evolution. To me, this just struck me when I saw Dynamaxing. My first thought was Pokemon Go, and then they explained the 4-player co-op battles, online or local. I was like, they're trying to make the Pokemon Go logic work. That's what they're trying to do. So that way you don't go into Pokemon Go and go, why is Cresselia the size of a building?
Right. I thought it looked good. I thought it was a kind of a good compromise to Mega Evolutions and when they tried to do like the Z moves.
Yeah.
Where you could use the Z moves a couple times. They were very powerful, but that was it. And
Yeah.
Mega Evolution was they turned permanently, or at least for the rest of the fight, into a much stronger version. And I think this is a good hybrid of the two to go. It's going to get big, powerful. Its moves are going to get very powerful and extreme, cool looking. But it's not going to be something that you go, hey, I'm always going to put my Mega Mewtwo in first, turn it into a Mega Evolution, and then not have to do anything because it's Mega Mewtwo the rest of the fight.
Yeah. Were the Z moves part of the Sun and Moon?
Yeah, Z moves.
Z moves were Sun and Moon, and they were the one where they were like, when you activate it, you have to do this weird dance.
Oh god,
Right,
this is what I hated.
Toys that go with it.
This is what I hated in Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon, they tried to do too many new things and went
Yeah.
too far
Yeah.
away. It felt more like a fan game.
Yeah.
Like a fan game that used Pokemon. That's kind of what it felt like. Because,
Yeah.
the whole island trials.
What do you think about the raid battles, the Dynamax?
Yeah.
The first thing I know it has nothing to do with Digimon, but that's what I thought about when they just like started turning into like that big version of themselves.
Right.
It felt like Digimon, but I know it's not how it goes in Digimon. But that's the only thing I had in my mind, though. Like I said, I'm just gonna have to see how it plays out in the game. I don't know. I feel like I'm still worried about them just going too far away from it still. I feel like I kind of want them to just bring back the old school Pokemon that we had in Red and Blue
Right.
and Gold and Silver and
I
all
think
them.
this is a close compromise, though.
Yeah.
Update it for the modern era
I don't
and
know,
get it
man.
out of like the 3DS
Yeah,
era. Kind
the
of.
whole evolution thing is just turning me off of it. I feel like I don't know.
I feel like
The
a
Dynamaxing?
lot of our opinions are going to be... We're either... Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
I feel like this generation is going to be highly dependent on what new Pokemon they bring.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, while I completely agree the originals were better, they need new ones. That's
But
the
we had
best part.
We had
but
a sheep already. It's called Meryl. Oh no, it's not Meryl.
no,
it's
Mareep.
Mareep.
Mareep,
Thank
yeah.
the
you.
electric
Yeah.
one.
We
But I
had
feel like
one.
this
We
one...
needed an
if
anxiety
they-
sheet, Natalie.
It needs to also be narcoleptic, so in the middle of the fight, it just falls asleep.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
randomly.
my god.
No, I feel like if the designs of the new Pokemon kind of give that feel
Yeah.
of the originals and don't make you go,
Oh great, I'm
it's
battling
a
a key.
keychain.
Yeah.
It's an ice
That turns
cream
into a
cone.
door, right? No,
I
like
mean-
a lockpick. What is it? There's not a lockpick. It was a
I
key that
can't
turned
even
into
remember.
a door, right, or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. I don't know. I mean, the sad part is there's not much for us to discuss right now. I'm excited about raid battles. Dynamaxing looks like
Yep.
fun. I like the concepts of being an open world, but you're right. We don't have that much to work with.
The only thing that blew up is honestly the whole comparison between Sif and the new legendary. That's
Yeah.
it. And
Right.
also the crow that they showed, which is absolutely really
Anything
close
interesting in
to
the
the crow in Dark Souls as
So-
well.
Yeah, Corby Knight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did get some stuff in the leak. So from what I hear, these are confirmed, but take that with a grain of salt. So if you don't want a spoiler, I would say kind of either mute or this kind of end of the video because I'm about to spoil some stuff. So some of this stuff in here, I'm assuming just the first, I'll just read the second portion. While there is a transit system, you will have to go through the wild area at times, open world that has a weather system and little pockets where Pokemon Dynamax will have to be beat in a raid. You will randomly see nearby players and interact with them to get their league cards and different
Oh.
items.
That's good.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Camping is how you will play with your Pokemon now. You'll get 2 toys, a feather toy and a toy Pokeball, which can raise friendship, which can raise stats and friendliness. So kind of like...
Feather toy.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny?
Pokemon will
Are you
not
okay?
walk beside you in the open world map. So it won't be like Pokemon Let's Go where they followed you, unfortunately. Okay, so they have what's supposedly a confirmation on the starters.
What about them?
Sorry, the camera moved. I saw it. So Score Bunny will have fighting moves and is a pure fighter. It will become Raboot. And then they even say, but I don't remember the final evolution, except that it looks like a fighter and it looks humanoid. Interesting.
Does it have boobs? Because that's Pokemon going in that direction still.
Sobble, the water type, becomes Sizzle and then Inteleon, which is a chameleon with a spy theme. Grookey, the grass type, will end up as a giant gorilla that beats a wood drum to attack.
So it's Donkey Kong.
Pretty much.
Wow.
And their one thing was the best Pokemon so far is the blue seagull, who when it dives either gets a Barracuda in its mouth or a Pikachu, which it launches at its enemy.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And it looks like there are some other stuff, but in this, it has a lot of the confirmed stuff. But it looks like the enemies are going to be Team Yell, is the gang in this game.
Team Yell.
So I started a gang in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Basically.
You have to get endorsements to take part in gym battles. Eternatus is the evil legendary. Looks like it's going to be... I like how they say, who will either have a shield mane or hold a sword like Great Wolf Sif. Don't recall its name. That's the other two legendaries.
Yeah.
But I love that they did that. A lot of the rest of this looks like stuff that they did confirm. It does look like they're going to be adding some evolutions to Pokemon.
What's up there?
Yeah, you go for that.
Yeah, you go.
There are some Pokemon from the originals that are going to be getting regional evolutions, like Farfetch'd is going to get Surfetch'd. So,
Okay.
Meowth looks like a ball of spiky gray fur. Interesting.
Hey, I mean, honestly, it can't be as bad as the Aloha version of Meowth because
the Alolan
that
ones,
that guy was just
kind of stuck up.
Yeah.
That's what it totally looked like.
yeah.
We've got some chipmunk-like Pokemon that will hide in the berry trees so that when you shake for too many berries, they'll jump out and attack you.
That is awesome.
And steal half your berries.
That's really good. I like
it does
that.
look like there's going to be a fairy-type gym this time.
Oof.
That'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Before fighting the gym leaders, you will have to complete gym challenges, so that it does look like they're getting
That's
a
cool.
little of the Sun and Moon challenges.
Yeah.
Milo, I believe that was the one that was... I think that was the one they named as the grass type. Has you herding sheep Pokemon, but they're... Hold on. So Milo has you herding sheep Pokemon, but Pamper, an electric corgi Pokemon, will startle them and send them rolling elsewhere. Okay.
Interesting.
Nessa has you running through a maze where water blocks the way. Guess what type she probably
Yeah.
is. And Kabu requires you to catch Pokemon and get 5 points, but you have to be in a party battle with another trainer who's also trying to catch it.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Okay, so, I mean, it does look like there's some...
New elements to it.
new elements that they're clearly trying to combine previous things that they kind of didn't go well,
Yeah.
Sun and Moon stuff with
Yeah.
the challenges. But it does seem like a good way to integrate them to make it feel more Pokemon, but also not just losing some of the different mechanics that they
Right.
added in.
Right. Is there anything that says anything about character creation? Because I know it was pretty lackluster.
Apparently, it's gonna say that.
In
we're-
the-
My guess would be they do the standard: choose your hair, choose your skin color, choose boy or girl.
We don't even have the eye option or anything. It's just
Yeah.
a
Oh,
straight
they
up.
might do the eye option because I think they
I
did
feel-
that
yes,
in
Sun
Let's
and-
Go.
No,
Or in Sun and Moon?
that's basically where all the complaints were coming from because Let's Go was very lackluster.
That okay.
Sun and Moon though
But
was
to be
really
fair,
really good.
Let's Go, I mean, is red and blue, which did not have the customization, so it makes partial sense.
It's
but
true.
I could see
then
this one having
again-
more because it's on the Switch and it's got more
Yeah.
capabilities.
And
too.
Red and Blue didn't have the Pokemon following you either. So
Yeah,
and
that's
the
true.
option of riding them as well and all that stuff.
I will say that when I was watching the Nintendo Direct, I don't know why they gave him the Death Stranding backpack.
I didn't even think of that.
It's literally just a big rectangle.
Well, you gotta pack his camping gear in it.
Yeah, he's got a cap
It's called a rucksack,
and
dude.
his ladder to
Yeah.
get up a mountain. That
So-
grows ridiculous.
If you guys are already into like
But-
this, stop me. But I'm saying, so to close out the discussion, what is your overall first impressions?
I mean, from what you've told me right there, it's got some good implementations. I'm just worried about the execution, man.
Yeah.
And just because it wasn't like you said before, Sun and Moon just went beyond what Pokemon should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that they just, even though it's more implementations, I really hope this still feels like a Pokemon game and it's not too out there.
Yeah.
From what you've read though, it looks really interesting. I know I said that I'm done You know, that's always what I
You
say.
always play every Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I always play
I'm
everything
almost
that
giving
comes
you to go
out.
back
So.
to you should load up that Splatoon DLC for your Switch.
I went crazy with Splatoon, man.
Yeah, get the
I
DLC.
remember
it's
all
still,
of us did.
You're
to
like-
this day, it is still my favorite Nintendo game.
Yeah.
It is one of the best, yeah.
The IP was insane. It's so
Get
good.
that DLC for the trip. You won't
Maybe,
regret
maybe. What did you think, Dan?
I thought it looked good. I really like the new graphic style, the way that you move throughout the world. I thought that looks
I like the camera spinning.
Yeah, exactly. The being able to control your camera. I feel like it's really going to feel very immersive. And I think it's going to make some things make sense. Like, for example, I think everyone had the thought of when you jump down a cliff and you're like, why can't I get back up? It's literally a line.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to show, oh, it clearly is like a cliff, and kind of gives you more
Yeah.
of an idea of what you have been going with. I hope that they bring in new evolutions. And
fairy
that they're
type?
good. No, they brought
They
fairy
already
type.
have the fairy
I think, but they could bring in fighting, ghost type,
I know
poison
you want a
type.
dragon Eevee.
Oh my
Dragon,
god.
like-
No, a ghost type Eevee. Come
And
on.
There's so many good
No,
like
wait.
fan ones.
In
of
order
them
to
that
have a
I'm like,
ghost
I
type
need them.
Eevee, you have to kill your Eevee.
Or
Why would you both?
A
neither
ghost
of you
stone.
denied that.
A ghost stone. They transcend.
there you go, sure.
To ghost?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or you have to have a Gengar in your party, and the Gengar is going to teach the Eevee how
Ooh, it
to be a
consumes
ghost.
its soul.
It
There you go.
eats it and kills it.
Sure.
And it comes out as a Gangvi.
Oh no. even better. Even better. Gengar has to eat Eevee, and then it poops it out as a ghost. No.
So anyway,
Okay, maybe not a ghost type then.
Oh come on.
So anyway, I like the idea. I do want to play. I love the Pokemon series. You and I both have Pokemon tattoos.
Oh yes, we do.
I'm surprised you don't have anything on you.
God no. I'm sticking to Dark Souls and Final Fantasy chat.
And by
Chat. You and me.
Okay. All right, Gender. Gender? No.
Gender. No.
like
Gengar.
Ghost
Genvi.
Yes.
Do you not know how any of the evolutions are? They all end in Eon.
Genvi is good.
Genrion?
So thank you guys for watching our discussion on Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let us know in the comments down below what
You would name a ghost Eevee.
Yes, let us know what you would name the ghost type Eevee. You can find Natalie at twitch.tv/ZodicalCandy, as well as Zodical Candy on pretty much every other social media platform.
Oh, spook.
Okay, it's not. That's.
That was Flashpool.
I'll give you that.
That's spooky on a Flashpool.
I'll give Flashpool that. You can find Benny on Twitter at Comic Storian or Benny's Loud Adventures.
Benny's beard.
It is Benny's beard.
Benny's Loud
But
Adventures.
on
Nice
Instagram-
try.
I know,
Nice
right?
try.
Instagram, you're Benny_Adventures.
Yes.
Okay. You can find me on Twitch at DanTStreamer or on Twitter at DanTProducer. We will see you guys next time.
Yep.
Thank you.